It's that Tru Chronicles, it's that Tru Chronicles. Yeah, we on your talking shit, we on your talking facts, we on your talking truth, we ain't telling no lies, we speaking all this facts. On that Tru Talk, on that Tru Talk, the Tru Chronicles, the Tru Chronicles. Just talking shit, just talking shit, just talking shit,
What's going on? Look, I hope your day's been going good. Hope all is well. Hope you've been taking care of yourself. How you doing? Welcome to another episode of the Tru Chronicles. I'm your host, Ray the Truth. Episode 6 is here. Yes. Welcome. If there's any new listeners here, welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for coming across this podcast. And just want to introduce myself, I'm Drew, and I'm glad that you could be here. Okay, so this is a safe space, very, very safe, very, very transparent, and very open. As a disclaimer, we are a free judgment zone. It's a free judgment zone. So we really don't judge here. We don't. And I want that to be known every single episode, is that these topics that come to be talked about are not topics in which we judge, or we just speak truth, and we always move with that. So we got another good topic in this episode that we are going to talk about and really spread light on and really dive deep. So as always, sit tight, dig in, go ahead, roll up, get you a drink, because we're going to be talking some real shit. And what we're going to be talking about is realities. And this one is hot and heavy for me because I conversated with myself earlier today about this, and just a little bit before I actually started recording this episode, and I was going in my head like, what am I going to talk about? And then it just hit me as I was just talking to myself, about the episode I'm here with you now with. So, this is a very interesting topic just because of the simple fact that we use the word reality a lot, and I don't think that we really get that we are really infinite when it comes to our energy and what it can do. Like, you're not just this flesh bag, you're not just this meat suit that you walk around in. Like, you really have to understand and know your essence and what it is able to do. It is able to do really magnificent things when you allow it to. And you just don't keep yourself so boxed in, because that is where you really lose out on all of your, powerful essence. Like, you lose out on everything about yourself and what you are capable of, acquiring and making come to, a real. And as far as in your reality, as far as in just that alone, let's talk about the energy that we all hold to create these realities that we happen to get a chance to see right before our eyes in the external, in flesh. And a lot of what plays into this is, like I always say, is the motion, is how energy is always to be transmuted into a forward direction of where it is trying to strive to get to. Like, everything that is done in the world, or anything that happens to get done, is all based on the energy that has performed behind it. Let me say it again, the energy that has performed behind it. Nothing gets done without energy being the course that has set it in motion. A good example is, well, there's two. You have what I would like to call is the train of pursuit. So as energy, think of a train that, whether you want to say a bullet train or just a regular train, choo-choo train, whatever the fuck. But it's, when you analyze to see a train and how it moves, because a train only has one set goal, like its only obligation and its only job, it's to just be motion. It doesn't do anything else but speed in the direction that it's in course of. It doesn't take anything or moves outside of what it's doing. It's in pursuit. It's lining to be in action, to go forth. So as energy, it's the same way when it comes to how realities are created. As energy within a suit, you are to be in the form of action that creates a reality around you. Your energy must make a way to come into creation and come to create, because it can't do anything else but be in that energy of pursuit. It's no other line of, it's no other avenue that it takes. It's no other walk that it goes. It just simply is the action of the pursuit. It is directed in the line of where it is going. So that brings me to my second example of energy, is a bicycle. Now, we know a bicycle to be something that you ride, right? But simply look at focus on how the energy of a bicycle is started up, right? And how a bicycle is also motion. But the motion that lies to have a bicycle in motion comes from what? The pedals. So in order for a bike to move, there must be energy put towards the pedals that create the wheels to keep moving. So that energy of action that moves the bike continuously moves the bike. And that is where the energy is creating that to happen, because it is in a consistent motion that keeps going in a pursuitful manner. The bike doesn't come to a stop. It keeps going when the energy is consistently flowing and consistently moving to keep the bike moving. And of course, a bike will come to a stop when the energy comes to a quick, pause. When you pause your energy just to, maybe catch your breath, or loosen your energy to have it re-loosen, to then have it come back into restoration, and then put forth the energy back into the motion to have the bike move again. No different than a train when it comes to a stop, and then it has its resting period, and then it's back into motion. And as energy, that is the only way that energy moves. It comes to a small stop, or comes to be in a reframed state to catch itself, and then move right back into the seat of just pursuing in action. It never stops. It never stops. It can't. And that's to go to say that this is why you're more powerful and more, you're truly more than just flesh. Because the suit itself doesn't even have a command. It doesn't even have, it's not operational without energy that makes it operational. The energy of the pedals that come from your feet when you rev, and when you literally, pull the pedals round and round and have the bike move into that action, is everything that's coursing from the energy that's doing it. It's not your feet that's doing it. It's the energy that is allowing and pushing forth the action of pursuit to cause the bike to be in motion. Everything is energy. Energy is always in motion. It never ever dies. It only transfers. It can never be dissolved or deplenished because it's infinite. Everything requires energy, even down to the point of you simply putting one foot in front of the other. As non-complicated as it is, it always is taking energy to make every step happen. Every step that's happening, that's causing and making that action to persist. So what I'm diving at is the realities that we create through our energies are made in a way where we are cultivating and capturing our creation and bringing it externally into the world for us to see, as a means to always be in that seat of persistence and direction of sight that we move forward in. For one to feel as though the flesh of their body is all that they are, you have to really see, to ask yourself this: what motions my body? What motions my voice? What motions my hands? What motions the actions that I make? If you are just to say to me that you are just flesh and nothing more, that you are not energy in motion, then how are you able to make the actions that you make in a way that you do? If you are to say that energy in you doesn't exist, then you would be just as stiff as a tree. Not to say trees are, not to say bring down trees, because they're wonderful, they're beautiful, they're everything to us. But I'm just simply saying that the energy of what you have, of who you are, allows you to not stay stiff, to not have you just in a state of stagnation. You move and angle to have the freedom to move about because your energy persists to give that to the vessel that it operates in as its home, as its vessel, as it is what lies over to be the physical look to the energy that's back behind it, to come to use as a way to create a reality from it. The energy doesn't have a face, it doesn't have legs, it doesn't have a mouth. It is what is just simply the existence of your existence. It's the card that plays to everything. It's the wheel that is granted for one to carry out a life. There's no life without energy. And there can't be, and if there's no energy, there's no life. And this is why, for me, I see so much more in just the flesh. I see so much more in just the labels and the titles of the separation that we come to really put on ourselves if you really want to be real about it. The fact is, though, we have got so conditioned to these suits that we walk around in, our avatars, and the ways of living, and all of this bullshit that we see in the fucking world that literally throws us off to who we really are and what we really are, which is a blank of nothingness. Like, do you honestly believe that you knew your face before your face? You knew the body before your body? You knew the texture of your skin before the texture of your skin? No. No one did. No one couldn't have guessed that they would be Joe Benson or Gianna Taylor. No one couldn't have made these assumptions or believe that these are truly who they are or who they were to be. When an avatar is no different than an ID. It's no different than what you see on a badge. It's just an outfit. It's just a label. It carries on to show you what you want to see, to have, to believe, so you don't come to the realization, or have to come into the realization, I should say, of seeing that I really am nothing. I'm emptiness. I'm blank. I never existed. I lived many lives before given your background, your Akashi records. I didn't live many lives, but I never was any of those lives that I lived. They were only experiences that I moved from one physical vessel to another. Energy housed in one after another, because energy must be housed. It must be placed. It just so happens to be that we have the body created. We have these bodies to be able to not be so dormant, not be so stuck, not be stagnant, able to have free will to literally fluctuate our creativity. Because everything around you is energy. But there is some energy that doesn't move and operate freely in a manner such as the vessel of a flesh suit. And that's wonderful. See, separation doesn't lie between you and I, because of the realities that we come to create. At the end of the day, we both exist in both of them. It's no set reality to this is yours, this is mine. This is a singular, one-dimensional reality. Everybody's reality is your reality. But the thing is how you see the projection of the reality. Because if the projection of the reality is a reality that you see that fights or gets you to fight yourself, that's a reality that is causing controversy and separation, which is the ego. You must not give yourself to the ego. You must see that the ego is not your friend. It is an entity. It was a born pathogen onto you. It was never supposed to be indoctrinated so heavily like it was. And no one's reality is set to be greater than anybody's. You have to really see that your energy is to do the same thing as everybody else. But you have to find yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to grow within inside to know how to direct and put your energy in pursuit. and line it correctly. Line it correctly. Coming to an end. Another great episode. Really great episode. So glad that we could talk about this topic. But I want to give gratitude to you and also those that are out there that are moving forth into learning more about energies and their reality. I want to thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Tru Chronicles. I'm your host, Dre the Truth. Sit back, sit tight. We have the instrumental of the day coming up. So I want you to rock out with me as we close this bitch out and we leave out with good vibes. And I want you to stay in peace and may peace continue to find you, okay? On that note, this has been Dre the Truth. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Tru Chronicles. I'll catch you in another one.